NFL fans, it is time once again for another episode of Pro Football Insiders. That's PFI's NFL Divisional Breakdown Series. This is Brian Anthony Davis. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you have found this, make sure you check out every single division 1 through 8. We do it every single week. This week we are doing week 4, but also please tell your friends, tell your family about PFI. This is something that is brand new, but we are looking right now to expanding our coverage, but great NFL coverage here, right on Pro Football Insiders. We even have in select cities, people inside the facilities reporting directly to you. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at one of the most fascinating divisions in the entire National Football League. It is the NFC North. And I'm telling you, this is one that PFI rated the best division going into the year, deservedly so. 3 teams went to the playoffs last year, and another team, an exciting new head coach. If you take a look at the standings here, you are going to see a very tight division. Anything can happen. This, I'm telling you, is going to go all the way down to week 18. Let's take a look at the standings right now. The Detroit Lions are alone in first place at 3-1, not far behind, only a half game behind. The Green Bay Packers only have 2 wins. They only have 1 loss, but that one tie in there is going to make this division even more crazy. At 2-2, it's the Minnesota Vikings, also at 2-2, winning 2 straight football games. The Chicago Bears winning a big one on the road yesterday. We are going to go ahead and talk about that as we go throughout this podcast short. Now, what happened yesterday? Let's go ahead and go first of all overseas. We are going to Croke Park in Dublin, Ireland. It was the Minnesota Vikings. They fell to the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-21. They were down 24-6 late in this game, but came back. Pittsburgh Steelers went into their prevent. They also had defensive backs down. The Carson Wentz experience, well, it netted 350 yards for this team, but Carson Wentz could not get it done. His receivers were absolutely phenomenal. Jordan Addison, over 100 yards. Justin Jefferson, over 100 yards. Jefferson with 10 catches as well. It was an 81-yard catch and run for Jordan Addison in this game as well. The running game with Jordan Mason was not as sparkling as you would think. They were held to under 100 yards by the Steelers. The Steelers also had 6 sacks in this game to go ahead and beat Minnesota. Let's look at the other games. The Cleveland Browns went to Detroit to take on the Lions. Now, a week ago, the Cleveland Browns stunned the Green Bay Packers and everybody in the NFC North by beating them 13-10 at the buzzer. This time around, it was not as fortunate. Now, the Browns kept this game fairly close to go ahead and start, but in the end, it was a 34-point effort by Jared Goff and the offense. Now, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, fantastic once again, but Jahmyr Gibbs was the leading rusher in this game. Just a fantastic display of offense. They won 34-10 in this game. If you look at the stats once again, you will see that this offense of the Detroit Lions is not missing Ben Johnson. They are doing it on their own, and they are playing absolutely fantastic football. Once again, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception for Jared Goff. But the guys to go ahead and look at here, 91 yards and a touchdown. It is Jahmyr Gibbs. Amon-Ra St. Brown also always. He is probably becoming one of the best receivers in the National Football League, if he is not already there. St. Brown, 2 touchdowns in this contest for Detroit. Let's go ahead and look at the Chicago Bears. They started out this season at 0-2, but now they have reeled off 2 straight games. They had to go down to the wire, a last-second win by the Bears as Caleb Williams led them to this victory. Rome Odunze keeps on doing great things. He has broken out in his second year as well. 25-24 on the road in Las Vegas. This was a game that the Bears just kept on fighting, came back and won this contest. They are now 2-2. Finally, it's the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys, one of the craziest games of the year. The first time you're ever going to see a 40-40 final score. That's what happened. It was a game that the Packers had to, with 1 second left, get a field goal to tie this game in overtime. They did have an opportunity to win in overtime if they would have scored a touchdown. They could not. 40-40, not much defense, but the offense was absolutely there for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love led this team, but the guy on offense, Romeo Doubs, 3 touchdown for Doubs. Or is it Dobbs? I mix that up all the time. I can't pronounce it, but Romeo, Romeo, 3 touchdowns once again. You cannot beat that. What is going to go on in the schedule next week? Well, the last 2 teams that we just talked about, the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, they are going to be on their bye week. They will get some rest. Then you have 2 other games in the division to go ahead and talk about. The first one to go ahead and look at, it will be the Lions going on the road. But if you're going to go on the road, take on the Cincinnati Bengals, who do not have Joe Burrow. That is a team that right now is absolutely struggling without their quarterback. And the Lions with that offense, even though they are on the road, should probably put a lot on a defense that was not good before Joe Burrow went down. As for the Vikings, they stay overseas. Instead of Ireland, they are going to England. They are going to be the road team once again, but the Browns are the road team as well. The Vikings get a chance to probably sightsee and work on their game. They don't have to travel this week. That could be a good opportunity for a team like the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Browns. If you need to follow the Vikings, get up early once again. That is a 9:30 a.m. Eastern start in Minnesota. I believe that is Central Time Zone, so that will be an 8:30 start for you fans there. As far as that goes, that is the NFL Divisional Breakdowns. My name is Brian Anthony Davis. I thank you so much for checking us out today. And also, go ahead and check out every single division as we go ahead and do it not only all season long, but we will continue to have coverage throughout the offseason as well. For PFI, Pro Football Insiders, my name is Brian Anthony Davis. This is the NFL Divisional Breakdown Series. We ended, as always, with 2 words: Go Football!